What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into this, guys. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great week. Great Thursday. The week is almost over. The weekend's almost here, guys. I think we're going to make it. Guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. What's going on? TJ, Bullish, Larry, J. What is going on, guys? Welcome. Well, let's just jump right into this. Before we even get started, guys, make sure you guys slap those likes. Let's just get it over with. And let's jump right into this. So right now, you guys can see Bitcoin is sitting around 56,100. We have continued, as we left off yesterday, more downward movement. You guys can see, let me fix my chart a little bit, but you guys can see as of today, I've been kind of leveraging, doing my leverage trades. Anything below the 56.7, I actually have been opening up shorts and then obviously going long. Haven't really been able to catch any longs really because we haven't gone down yet. And I specify yet. We haven't really touched 55,000 as of now. Are we going to touch that? You know, who knows? I'm actually going to delete this and move this out of the way, but who knows as of now? I will say, you know, Bitcoin, like I said, sitting at around 56,100 right now. Tomorrow is the big day. We've had a lot of numbers come out this past week, you know, and a lot of them, you know, it's just pretty much spelling out what this economy is looking like, right? Are we doing good? Are we doing bad? Compared to last week, we got the GDP as far as the economy, and supposedly the economy as of the last quarter literally doubled, right? Doubled in size. I don't know how much I believe that in regards to these numbers that come out, but we have unemployment coming out tomorrow, right? And I think this is going to be, like I said, the big mover of the week. Right now, it's forecast to come in a little lighter than it did last month. 4.3 was last month. This go around supposed to come down just a tick to 4.2. The reason why that tick actually is a big deal, right, is because what's going to happen tomorrow, guys, is we're starting to get closer and closer. We've been hearing about recession for how long, right? We've been hearing about the economy going into recession for the last like 2 or 3 years. We are getting closer and closer to the inevitable where this economy is either going to start picking back up or we are going to end up in a recession or some kind of form of some kind of a downward move as far as the economy, right? With the unemployment has jumped up so fast in the last 6 months particularly, right? We've gone up to about 3.6 up to 4.3%. We're at this pivotal spot that I've been telling you guys that if they don't get control of the economy, that it is going to spiral out of control, and this is going to be some kind of a recession that was basically created off of the high interest rates that have been plaguing this system for the last 2 years, right? And you're like, well, why the hell would interest rates plague the economy? Well, you have to remember a lot of these businesses, they operate off of people spending money out there, right? The money flowing around, circulating around the economy. And when the economy or the feds get a tight grip on the economy, aka tightening up the interest rates, increasing them, people stop spending money. That's what the whole purpose is, right? Well, we're seeing that now it is getting, it's moving at a faster pace than I think the feds were anticipating. And I've been telling you guys this. If you're listening to anything, I've been telling you this, that I personally think the unemployment is a lot higher than these numbers that we're getting, basically getting fed. So tomorrow, 4.2 is what we're calling for. That I think is going to help out the markets. If we do see 4.3 or higher, we're going to most likely see some downward movement tomorrow. And I'm talking about what we're going to probably see tonight is we're probably going to see Bitcoin moving down, right? And you're like, no shit, Crip, right? How could you have predicted that? I'm thinking that we're going to see fluctuations, right? Maybe we do see somewhat of an upward move, but I think it's going to be shorthand. It's going to be short. We're most likely going to see downward movement. I don't think it's going to be a crash, hopefully, right? But we're going to see a downward movement with the anticipation of not really knowing what tomorrow is going to bring with unemployment, right? Now, unemployment is supposed to drop tomorrow at 12:30 Universal Time. Let's put that in here. 12:30. I always do this. That's tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. All right, so tomorrow we are going to be doing a 8 a.m. stream tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you get your sleep tonight. Make sure you have your coffee, your pre-workout. Make yourself some scrambled eggs, some toast, a bagel, whatever the hell you use in the morning. Because I need you here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, right? Because we're going to be going over this unemployment that drops. And I'm most likely going to be opening up some kind of a leverage position depending on what we see tonight. Shout out to my partners, Happy Dad. They are sponsoring. I'm just kidding. They are not sponsoring this channel. One day, right? Cheers, guys. Cheers. So, like I said, tomorrow is going to be a big thing. And then also we have the non-farm payrolls. Basically, how many jobs did we create last month, right? Forecast to be 160. Previous was 114, right? These kind of go hand in hand with unemployment. So obviously we would like to see more jobs actually created, right, versus less. So if we can meet that forecast or exceed it, I think that's going to be a plus for the market. And same thing with unemployment. If somehow unemployment has been going up for the last year, unemployment has been moving up. If for whatever reason it goes down now, which I don't honestly, like, I'm like 70% thinking that is not going down, right? If it does, for whatever reason, go down, that's going to be positive for the market. So just want to give you guys a heads up on what we have for tomorrow. Just be ready, because if we do see these dips tomorrow, right? And I do think that if some of these numbers come out and it's bearish, it could move fast. It can move fast, guys, and we could see a nice dip ending the week off, right? You know, like I said, that could be a beautiful another opportunity for you to be looking at some of your favorite projects and possibly accumulating. This does not take us out of the trajectory of, you know, still thinking the end of this month is going to, or the end of this year is going to still end off bullish, right? I know it's crazy to think right now, but you got to think outside the box here. Everything's bearish right now. We already know how crypto is. Things can move very fast, and we can easily by next week, by next month, particularly, be back up and running. And we're, you know, seeing a big V-shaped recovery, and Bitcoin is back up at the higher 60s, if not zeroing down on $70,000+. So with that being said, guys, we are sitting at now 56,000. We have come down to about 55.6 has been the low for today. So for Solana's holding up a little bit better. Well, I guess if you look at the numbers, Solana's down 3.32, Bitcoin's down 3.30. So Solana's down a little bit more, but it really looks like it's holding a little bit better support at some certain levels. You can see it did bounce at this 128 level. So it looks, you know, in my opinion, doesn't look as, you know, unstable as Bitcoin does for right now. So right now we are at 129 for Solana. And looking at the, holy crap, I don't have crypto bubbles. I'm slipping today, guys. I am slipping. Let's pull up our bubbles. Not that it was to be surprised. Nothing but red. What in the hell can anybody out there, you listening? What is going on with helium, and why is helium consistently pumping? What is going on? Let's pull up helium's freaking chart here. I'm about to plug in my miners, damn it, and collect my 2 cents a day. Why has helium been steadily pumping? I feel like it's been like for the last like 4 weeks, we just keep pulling up the bubbles and helium is just steadily pumping. What is going on here? This definitely isn't the correct chart. It doesn't seem like it. It's a little odd. Seems like, I know helium's been out longer than 2023. Maybe I'm mistaken. I've had my miners for longer than that. So you can see helium looking great, actually. I don't know if anybody is involved in helium, but they are looking decent right now. One of the only one of the only cryptos in the last few weeks that have been steadily moving, right? We've seen a lot of movement towards the up, a little bit of retracement, finding support right here at the 786, getting that confirmation, bouncing, breaking above the 0.5. You can see the 382, and now it's starting to eye that 236 fib retracement. If this breaks the 236 and finds support, helium's probably going to be breaking all-time highs above $11. So not looking bad at all. Not looking bad at all. Jay said, I need that drop to come through. Ricky said prices are getting juicy, getting smoked. Ricky said, I'm pretty sure I heard 99,000 jobs. It seems like, and I'm going to open up a poll, it seems like you guys you want to drop, right? Am I not mistaken? You guys actually want to drop. And that's, to me, that's dope. That's dope because that just tells me that you guys have confidence in the market and you're looking at this as, obviously like you're going into the supermarket and you're getting those BOGO deals, right? Those buy one, get ones. So let me open up a poll real quick. You guys let me know. We'll continue the show here. So yeah, helium's looking fantastic, honestly. I'm a little jelly that I used to have a bunch of helium. I sold it off a while back. You know what? So I mined for like 2 years or whatever, a year and a half. I had multiple miners, right? And I ended up selling all my helium for like, I had hundreds of them that I accumulated because I got really good at setting up the antennas, and all that good stuff. Right when I bought, like, it's like a science. Depending on where you're putting the miners for the antennas, it's like a science. Are you on like the third floor of a condo? Are you on a house? Are you downstairs? It's all a science on the frequency of the antennas. But if you can get that science down, bro, you can literally like 10x your rewards is what they call it. And I really did really well, and I ended up accumulating like hundreds of helium, and I ended up selling them at like, I think it was like $3 and some change is what I think I sold it at, because I was like, bro, I'm over this shit. And I think I was moving from a condo to a house at the time. This was like 2 years ago. And I just was like, I'm unplugging my miner. I never plugged it back in. I was like, I'm just not even plugging it back in. I still have I sold a few miners, and I still have a few miners as well sitting there just waiting. So make sure you guys vote. Come on. Get out and vote. Right? Get out and vote. But yeah, you guys can see, obviously the market is in the red. Let's pull up TON real quick. Remember yesterday, I was telling you guys that TON was looking juicy. And this was when she was literally bouncing at this, what is this, the 0.5? Yeah, the 0.5 right here. And you can see she really hasn't moved much. She's up about 2%, but she did, I mean, for now, well, actually, let's zoom in a little bit more. You can see that she has clearly found somewhat. I honestly would like for her to come back down and find, just give us that confirmation that she's going to have that support around the $4.50. But I'm telling you guys, mark my words. I hope they don't come back to bite me in the ass. But this kind of just gives me those like Solana vibes when the FTX crashed, right? And it was like Solana got down to like $8. And you just knew, you're like, this thing is probably going to bounce, right? It's either going to hell, or excuse me, not hell, but it's going to the abyss, or this thing's going to just freaking rebound and go up crazy, and it rebounded. I'm getting those same vibes from TON. I'm thinking that this thing is probably going to eventually, when the markets actually pick up, this thing's probably going to start running back up and easily get back up to these numbers. TON, if you put all the bullshit to the side, TON is honestly a solid project, in my opinion. So, Ricky said it's a perfect time for a dip, Crip. You over here rapping, bro? If you play your cards right, it will be a merry effing Christmas. Well, right now, we have 75% are saying that they do want to see a drop in the market. So, who knows? We covered this yesterday, fear and greed index. We're sitting at around the 34. Obviously, right now, historically speaking, if you were to buy previously in these levels and have patience, you did really well. So keep that in mind, guys. So I know if you take the price out of your project and you just think about where we're at as far as just this chart right here, the fear and greed index, we're literally in fear. And I think tomorrow we'll probably drop down a little bit more. this is usually, historically speaking, a decent time, I say. It can get better, obviously, if we get into that extreme fear. That's pretty good. What is that? What flavor is that? Lemon lime. It tastes like, literally, it tastes like a sugarless like 7-Up is what it tastes like. It's not bad. And what I like about it is it has electrolytes in there. So if you're out in the beach, fist pumping, partying, you can keep cranking those, and you stay hydrated and you have a good time, right? Win-win right there. Not promoting drinking whatsoever, guys. All right, so we've been covering this for the last 2 years, it feels like now, but we've been covering this for the last few weeks. This September FOMC meeting looks like the numbers are shifting a little bit back, right? So yesterday we were at 45 to 55. I said that most likely we were going to see, as we get closer to September's meeting, which is in 12 days from now, we were going to see a close, like almost like a 50-50. Basically, you have 59% of the market calling for some kind of a small decrease in the interest rates, 0.25, maybe a 0.5, right? And then you have 41% of the other investors saying that it's for sure going to be a 0.5, maybe more aggressive at a 0.75. So we'll see how this moves and fluctuates. I'm kind of in the camp of, in my gut, I feel like they're going to probably do 0.25% because they've been like lagging, as far as what they probably should have done. They probably should have already started to decrease interest rates, probably at least last meeting, right? At like 0.25%, but they've been kind of BSing, right? Jerome Powell's kind of, he's been kind of just lollygagging in my opinion. And like I said, we're so on a thin line of, if they don't do something quick, it could spiral out of control, right? And then there's nothing the feds are going to be able to do in a short-term period. It's going to be a long-term kind of thing that they're going to have to, take care of, aggressively reducing interest rates, right? Now, going from telling people or getting people not to go out and buy stuff to now telling people, no, go out there, spend as much money as possible, and maybe even turning on the money printer again, right? Something like that could easily happen. But then again, it's like a cycle, right? If the money printers turn back on, what do we get again, guys? We get unneeded spending out there, and then we go through inflation. But I will tell you, living through 2021, I honestly think that 2021's bull run, a lot of people are like, oh, we're going to see that again. And I hope we do. But I think 2021's bull run was so epic because there was just so much money, like free money that was out there in the markets, right? That were just throwing. I knew people that were like, bro, I'm good. Like, I just got $2,000 for me and my kid. They're like, what crypto should I buy? And I'm like, bro, just put it in the market. I was like, and they literally turned like $2,000 into like 10, 15 grand off of those stimulus checks, so that was during 2021, so I wouldn't be surprised, if that had something to do with us having such an epic run. But on the other note, this time around, you go 3 years down the road, which is where we're at right now, there are more people that are involved in crypto, right? So we could see, something very similar, even without having any kind of stimulus checks out there, because we have, probably thousands and thousands of more people that are invested in the market or that are interested in jumping in the market. So Ricky said, I have to say Injective is getting to a really nice buy zone. It'll more than likely 25x. What's so funny is I was watching someone else's channel. I don't know if it was last night or today, and the whole chat was talking about Injective. And I haven't really Injective was pumping like crazy. You go back like 6 months ago, and it was just like pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. You can see this is the end of 2023, and then going in obviously until where the whole market pumped, right? But then since then, you can see obviously, but this isn't just an Injective thing. This is the whole market. If you look at every chart, it might not look exactly the same, but it looks like this, where either a local high or all-time high in March, and then since then it has been making lower lows, right? Let me see something here. let's look at this project here. I'm always curious. I know Injective is in the billions as far as market caps, but let's see. Yeah, 1.6 billion for right now. 1.6 billion. Yeah, I mean, it does look good, bro. It looks good. I would say, I mean, I don't know. Not financial advice. I'm just trying to think, like, me personally, the fact that it's over $1 billion market cap, like, I think that's solid, right? Me personally, if I was interested in this project, I wouldn't be chasing it, obviously. I know you're not, Ricky, but I'm saying, like, I would be more inclined to see if maybe it's going to drop down to the 786 area. That would be probably a buy zone for me. 786, which is around that $11, you know, a higher 11, maybe right at that 12 or below, somewhere around that $12 or below, somewhere around the 786 or under would be a solid buy in my opinion. You know, so I mean, it is at some good prices. Definitely at some good prices, but I do think that if the markets obviously are going to come down a little bit more, you know, remember we have September ahead of us. If we do see some more downward movement in September, this thing could easily come down towards that sub $12 mark, and I think that would be more of an intriguing price for me to jump in on as far as for Injective, because then now you're talking, you know, if we look at from where it's at right now, if it just drops down to the 786, damn, I didn't realize that was such a big, that looks like I was going to say maybe 5-10%, it's 30 freaking percent move. 30%. So if you take 30% off of the market cap, right? You take 30% off this market cap, you're probably looking at somewhere around $1 billion. Yeah, you're probably looking at somewhere a little over $1 billion, right? So I mean, that could be a play right there. That could be a play. But you're saying that this is a solid 25 from where it's at. So you're anticipating that Injectives is going to get to possibly $30+ billion market cap. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that's what your 25x from where it's at right now would be at over a $30 billion market cap. Let's see here. Philly said he's getting smoked out here. Bullish said, "What do you think about Lady's manifesto? They just dropped this morning. Let's pull that up. What do they got going on?" What do they got going on? Let's pull up their manifesto. So, Lady's manifesto, a new era of what is that? Meme dick magic, the fully tokenized. I'm trying to figure out what the word is. The fully tokenized meme taliki optimized white pill revolutionizing love, karma, and memes. There is no meme. I love you. Ladies is a movement where all are welcome to costume the fully tokenized memically optimized white pill revolutionizing love, karma, and memes. The ladies community is about to enter a new era of what the hell are they saying? Meme tick magic, a comic revolution, a playful rebellion, a charming. They got, hold on here. I'm like all messed up here. The charming of unapologetic degens, celebrating individual and challenging norms while catalyzing a culture of acceptance, universal engagement, and recognition. This is our manifesto. There is no meme. We love you. What do I think about this? I think that they're who the hell's writing this shit? I'm just kidding. I don't know. What do they mean by that? The ladies community is about to enter a new era. That's like the one sentence that sticks out to me. Like, what do they got going on now? Remember what was it, back in like March, I believe it was. I don't feel like scrolling for 2 days on their Twitter through all their freaking pictures that they like to post. But what was I going to say? Remember, they had posted that they were in the middle of, or they had already created some kind of a, what was it? Like staking, and that they also, what the hell else was it? They were basically going to be implementing some kind of utilities for Milady, right? I'm wondering if that's finally finalized and they're going to be rolling that out, right? Because I think, with that being said, this will be a big move for Milady, right? And you're thinking, okay, staking's all, yeah, but just think about it right now. A lot of people, when they talk about Milady, there's a couple people that come in and they're like, why isn't Milady, why don't they talk, or post more on their Twitter and stuff like that? I think something like this, if they roll something out like that, it'll get the hype back going, at least started for Milady, right? This actually makes me be like, oh, damn. You remember, I keep telling you guys, I want to get, my bag back of Milady. And, obviously with them, all they had to do was just drop that. And you can see they're actually, they're down technically. Let me zoom in a little bit. We're looking at the weekly. Let's zoom in. So we're on the 2 hour right now. Looks like it dropped down to about the 72 recently, but it's trying to find that support at this support level at around the 79 area. So, I mean, kind of even just reading that, I'm like, damn, I don't want to be late picking up that bag. They almost got me like with the FOMO kicking in, because I know even if it's short term, if they do roll out, their whole launch pad, that's what it was. They were dropping a launch pad. And then they were going to be implementing a burn and staking, right? I think it's going to cause not, a crazy FOMO into Milady, but it's going to have, people talking about Milady again, right? Possibly new people coming into the space. And with the market cap of Milady right now, I believe we're at under $60 million. It's not going to take much for us to see a solid bounce, right? So we're at about 58 million right now. This thing, it will not take much for this damn thing to start running. Volume down like crazy. Like I said, they need something, because you can see that the volume has dropped like crazy for Milady. I mean, the volume's down across the board, down almost 18% for the whole market. But Milady has been struggling, and I'm sure we could go down the board in regards to a lot of these meme coins. The volume's down because when the markets are down for so long, like they have been, people have they don't even look at meme coins right now. The meme coins are only relevant when the market's pumping. If the markets are not pumping, meme coins are basically irrelevant. Who cares about them other than us, right? Because this is the perfect time when no one's talking about these meme coins. This is when you should be planning accordingly on what meme coins that you're going to be doubling down on, right? Because meme coins are going to be back up and running at some point, and we'll be running. And a project like Milady has so much potential to see such a big upside. So did they change the logo? I didn't even realize it. Did they? What was it before this? I don't even remember. And Ricky said, if it goes down to that zone, it will bounce very quickly, but that's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, I know you're still talking about Injective. Hell yeah. They must have smoked some good shit before coming up with that manifesto. And then Bullish said, hopefully Elon mentions them again. I don't think he's going to, bro. And remember the article that we just went through, what was it, like a week ago, with him finally 2 years later, the case ending with basically investors from Dogecoin coming after him, saying that he was manipulating the price. I think that Elon has a whole team behind him, even though he does whatever the hell he wants on Twitter, and we all know that. I think he has a whole team behind him that, as far as like when it comes to cryptocurrency, especially now, even though he won the case, he still had to spend money on lawyers, and still it was a waste of his time, right? I'm sure he doesn't want to go through that. So even though he won the case, I'm sure he's going to be a little bit more reserved on just blowing out tweets or whatever you want to call them in regards to anything, especially meme coins. So, but if he was to do that, that would be epic, right? And that's something that Milady has that only Dogecoin can hold, right? That Elon has actually acknowledged the meme coin, and though he didn't tweet actually anything about like in wordage Milady, I mean, my boy tweeted literally an NFT of Milady, right? That's got to mean something. Looking at the votes real quick, so it looks like 69% of the people are saying yes, and 31% of the people right now in the chat are saying hell no, do not dip. My portfolio's in the red. I can't take it anymore. Freaking start running. I ran out of dry powder. Because anybody that's basically saying no, and I respect it, right? Anybody that's saying no right now is basically, they're pretty much, they probably don't have any more dry powder, or they don't want to put any more money into the market, right? They're ready for the markets to start moving up. So I completely respect it. I respect it. Let's go over some stuff. We don't really have too much news today. We'll run in. We don't even need to really read into much. Venezuelan opposition leader hails Bitcoin as a lifeline. So if you guys are familiar, so obviously Venezuela particularly has gone through a lot of sanctions, and they're one of the leading countries in regards to inflation, right? So you have a whole bunch of people that are in Venezuela that actually have money, because their currency has gone down to like crazy. Imagine you being a millionaire 10 years ago, and now it costs $1 million of their currency, $1 million of their currency to buy a loaf of bread. And I'm not even exaggerating. If you ever see those documentaries, what people say, they have literally, I don't know what they go by. I know it's not the peso, but it's the something, and they have $1 million bills now because the inflation is so bad to where it costs like literally like hundreds of thousands of whatever their currency is called to buy, normal everyday items, right? So with that being said, Bitcoin comes through with the clutch, right? And it's actually giving a lot of people a hedge against their inflation over there, right? They're able to put their money into a certain thing that's actually building them, wealth, versus them holding onto their particular currency, and every day it's just buying them less and less and less, right? That's why Bitcoin is here to stay, guys. This is why Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation worldwide, right? However you look at it, whether it's the good or the bad, right? Whether it's the good or the bad. Ricky said the SEC always finds ways to throw a brick at us. Elon should be able to pump our coins. They don't punish convenient FUD. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that he should be allowed to pump, coins or anything like that. But I think that if he is interested in anything, I think that he should be able to speak his mind, right? I think he should be able to speak his mind, and he is interested in Dogecoin. I mean, I just saw an article, we didn't go over it, but there was an article where I think he reactivated where you can buy Teslas again with Dogecoin. How many people do you know are doing that? None, but I think he does it just to show, that he for whatever reason, he supports Dogecoin, so that's awesome. So we won't even go into this. Pretty much what I stated in regards to with Venezuela and the inflation over there. And this isn't just Venezuela. This is there's a lot of countries. I saw a chart today of how much inflation has changed over the last few years. We think in the States, or you think over in Europe, that inflation is out of control. We're up 10% possibly at the high. Some of these countries are up for the year 50, 100, 200% in inflation. It's absolutely insane. And they're one thing that they can do, right, a hedge against their inflation if they're able to, if they have access to it. Because a lot of these countries, they don't want them putting their money into something, like putting it into something like Bitcoin. They want them to hold their currency. But unfortunately, as citizens holding on to some of this currency, like I said, ends up just being a bad thing for yourself, because you're every day you wake up and you're buying less. You can buy half a loaf today. In a few months, you can only afford a quarter of a loaf of bread, right, to feed your family. So Troy said, I think you can only buy Tesla parts with Dogecoin, but you can buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. Oh, okay. I see you. So let's see here. This article, so there's a plane flying over. I'm like, what the hell? Like, we going to war? Aptos leads losses as crypto weakness continues. Coinbase shares fall to a 7-month low. So cryptocurrencies continue trending to the downside as recession fears weigh in on risk assets ahead of Friday's key job data reports. This is what we were talking about. Tomorrow, remember guys, we will be streaming tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so be ready. So Bitcoin declined more than 4% at one point Thursday before bouncing to 56,500 at press time, off 2.2% over the past 24 hours. Ethereum's Ether declined over 4% during the same period, trading below 2,400. The broad basket CoinDesk 20 index was down more than 3%, with Dogecoin, Cardano, Litecoin outperforming. Native token of Layer 1 blockchain, Aptos, tumbled 7%, the largest loser among the CoinDesk 20 constituents as an upcoming token unlock event weighed on its price. So what they're saying is that Aptos, and let's pull this up real quick. If any of you guys are invested in Aptos particularly is down because people are selling off with anticipation that, so remember I always tell you guys that circulating supply, right? We have circulating supply, we have total supply, and then we have max supply, right? A lot of times if you actually go in and you can go to like Aptos's website and you can read their white paper, right? The white paper is basically going to give you, if you go through where their tokenization is, it's going to give you that roadmap in regards to when they're going to be releasing segments of circulating supply, right? Some coins or some tokens, tokens, whatever you want to, whatever they are, they will start off when they're released 10% in circulation of their max supply. Some will start off higher, 50, 60, 70%. Some will start off with 100%. And I'm going to show you a token or a coin that did that, right? That I'm very bullish on, that you guys know. But for particularly for this project, Aptos, its roadmap is indicating that within the next, I believe, what was the article saying? Within the next few weeks, if I'm not mistaken, latest loser, upcoming unlock event weighed on its price. So it doesn't give out particular time, but it's coming up, right? And investors know that. So with that being said, what they're doing is they're going to be releasing right now. If you see the total supply is at 1.1 billion right now, in circulating supply is a little bit under half of a billion, right? So right now, about 45, almost 50% of its circulating supply, or I'm sorry, about 50% of its total supply is in circulation, right? So whatever they're going to be releasing is going to dilute the price, basically, right? You add more into in circulation, it dilutes the price briefly, you know. So, and this is a healthy thing that tokens do, right? And coins. This isn't something that, you know, it's like malicious or anything like that. They literally, when they're dropping these projects, they give a roadmap. You know, and 2 years from now, we're releasing 10%. Every 2 years, we're going to release 10, 20%, whatever the roadmap is that they think is healthy for their project, right? A project that just did this recently that I was looking to buy in on, and when I got word that there was an upcoming release and circulating supply was Arbitrum, right? Arbitrum was a big project, layer 2 on Ethereum that, you know, I'm still very bullish on. They have a really big ecosystem that they've been slowly building, right? And they released more coins into their circulating supply, and this was even before the markets really started to drop. You could see that they were down a few percent, you know, going into each day, and I'm like, why the hell are they down? And then I found out they had started releasing, you know, more coins into circulating supply. So the point of the story is it kind of weirded me off from buying in at the time, right? Now, this brings me to why I'm always so bullish on ordinals, right? And this isn't just Ordinals. There's a lot of other projects as well, right, that do this. But Ordinals particularly, their max supply is at 21 million. Their total supply is at 21 million. And guess what their circulating supply is? You got it, Johnny. It's 21 million, right? So they're never going to release any extra coins into circulating supply. Everything that's from day one was released, right? This is why, particularly, this is one of the reasons why it intrigues me, and this is why I've always wanted to accumulate more and more Ordi, because I the fact that the circulating supply is already so low, the market cap is relatively low. It's at about 600 million as of now, and that they're not going to be releasing any more coins into circulating supply. To me, seems like a win-win right there. And on top of that, they're functioning on the Bitcoin network, right? So if you're bullish on Bitcoin, you have to be bullish on Ordinals, right? I know the Bitcoin maxis hate Ordinals, but they just hate it because, and they have a good reason, is Ordinals and projects like Ordinals that operate on the Bitcoin ecosystem will start to cause congestion on the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? They don't want anything operating on Bitcoin's ecosystem but Bitcoin, and it serves them right? They want Bitcoin to be free, fast, efficient, cheap. When you start having these other projects that are operating on the ecosystem, it could cause a little bit of congestion, but I think long term it'll be nothing but good for Bitcoin, honestly, in my opinion. So check it out, honestly, guys. I'm not, I'm like I said, I am invested in Ordinals, but I'm not like, they're not paying me to be a cheerleader for them or anything like that. Like, I just personally like Ordinals. And looking at the chart for Ordinals particularly, I've been calling it for now, right, is buy zone is anything below the 2650. So anytime that we have briefly dropped below the 2650, I have been accumulating Ordinals, right? And this could change as we kind of move. If you can see, since probably about when we dropped down, this was at the end, the beginning of July, Ordinals has been going sideways, right? You can see if you zoom out, we were on a downward trend, but up until like basically the month of July, August, and then where we're at right now, we have been kind of, even though we've seen, swings, it's been basically sideways action instead of us making new, well, I guess I can't say we haven't been making new lows because we technically have. But this was obviously when the market dropped on the 4th of last month, when the whole market went down. Bitcoin went to 49,000. So, but for the most part, it looks like it's balanced out at that support level around the 2650. So if you're able to accumulate under the 2650, in my opinion, not financial advice, it's been where I've been pretty much just picking up more and more. So Ricky said, I was hoping to buy a Lambo with Doge, but the way it's going, I'll be lucky to afford a Tesla. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a Tesla, bro. So you guys know I drive an Audi, right? All-wheel drive. It's got like I think I haven't dynoed it, but I should be at like 500+ horsepower. It's pretty quick, right? I mean, not tip my hat, I'm just kidding. It's pretty quick, right? But it's been raining like crazy down here in Florida, and a freaking Tesla was like on my ass today, and it's like the streets were flooded, and my car's kind of like lower, so I didn't want to drive fast through the puddle, and this Tesla's like on my ass. I'm like, bro, get off my ass, dude. Right? And we're going through these like windy roads, and he's like he's basically like, bro, I'm in a Tesla, my car's faster, which he probably is, right? So we pull off onto the main road, and I went probably like 60-70%, but I mean, in the rain too, I'm all-wheel drive, so I'm gripping, right? Well, he made it a point to, as I shot off, I took off on him, but he made a point to kind of like catch up to me, and show like, hey, bro, like, you're not faster than me. I'm like, dude, it's an electric car, right? I respect electric cars, but at the same time, bro, get out of here, right? I like combustion. My car sounds 1,000 times better, right? Be careful because you're going to blow your battery, right? And you trying to keep up with me, you probably got to go now to your charge station and go charge up. So, relax, dude. I like Teslas, but take it easy, all right? That's my car rant for right now. My goal instead of a Lambo though, this is facts. My goal is to get an R8. I want to get a twin turbo R8. One day. I'm going to be like George. I am George. I'm going to buy a new house. I'm going to have another channel for the house. I'm going to have another channel for my cars, right? I'm going to start. Should I start doing those walks, those nature walks, and talk about crypto with you guys? No, I'm just kidding. I always watch his channel. So let's jump in on some Twitter spaces, guys. Bullish said I want to have Bullish, bro, stop. Now I'm starting to think you're trolling, bro. Don't do that. Boy's got like 100 billion freaking Milady, and he's over here saying, I wish I had a house. Let's look at our Twitter spaces. Anything relevant? Oh, yeah. Duh. This is our freaking thumbnail right here. So let's see here. So Cryptos R Us. Oh, there goes George. When did he post this? Am I following George? I'm not subscribing, bro. So you can see George is posting basically post-halving, right? You guys can see, obviously, we have the 4 halvings that we've had so far. And it's pretty much showing that with this trend, right? Even though it feels like Bitcoin has these crater drops, when you zoom out, these drops that feel like we're just going down to zero really aren't much on the scope of things, right? And you can see after each halving, you know, we usually go into the red, and then we usually take off. But it takes some time, right? Takes some time. Same thing you can see on the last, not this halving, but the last halving, right? In 2020, was it 2020? You can see we had some red, but eventually, obviously, we know what happened. 2021, we took off like crazy, and now you can see it feels like the halving was so far away, right? But when you zoom out of the chart and you're looking at it, it's really, I mean, we're like, it feels like we're literally a few days past the halving is what it looks like. So MAGA pump. Let me see here. So shout out to Crypto Rover, said if Bitcoin breaks below the support box, we're beep. What is this support level? So he's finding us some support somewhere around the 55.8. Let's see here. The 55.8? That can't be. It just can't be, guys. I have it at 55,000. And I mean, we're not far from there. We're not far from there at all. I don't think we're screwed though if we do hit that level. I really don't. Like I said, we could easily see Bitcoin drop down to the 40,000s. You know, I'm going to be completely, honest. We could easily see Bitcoin drop down to the 40,000s and rebound. Easily, right? If you guys remember, we talked about this yesterday on yesterday's stream. Bitcoin dropped down to a certain point during 2021 down to $29,000 after being at 65K, right? So I mean, with that being said, I mean, and it was bad, right? It was bad. We sat there for like 2 months, and then eventually we ended up taking off and making new all-time highs. So what in the? Nah, I can't do that, bro. Right when I just showed that, like, we just dropped down like four people left in the stream. Troy said, I want to see $30,000 Bitcoin. Do you really want to see a $30,000 Bitcoin, Troy? I don't think you're prepared for a $30,000 Bitcoin, bro. I'm just messing with you. No, but Bitcoin drops down to 30K. Whew. It's going to be bad mentally for a lot of people. It'll be good for some of us that have dry powder sitting around. So this is the same thing, almost the same thing that what George had. Bitcoin halving cycles. Didn't we look at this yesterday? I feel like we did. This is on the 5th. No, we didn't. So you can see the first halving. If you see right after the halving, there's always a drop, right? Second halving, there was a drop. Third halving wasn't necessarily a drop. Looks like there was just a run right after, but you can see. But looking at, I will point this out, right? They're trying to give us hopium. They're trying to give us these, these similar scenarios. When you look at these are previous charts, right? If you look at where we're at right now, it looks different. It really does. It looks different. I think the only one that I would compare it to is possibly 2020, just because you can kind of see that run. Like it just seems like where we're at right now, there's really no comparison to any of these charts, in my opinion, right? And I think that's what's spooking out a lot of people is that, and I've said this plenty of times, that Bitcoin, made all-time highs at so early in this cycle, right? Pre-halving. I think that's throwing a lot of people off. It's throwing a lot of people off, as myself. You're trying to figure out, like, all right, you're basing everything off of history, and we're kind of in these uncharted territories where it's not really the same. Even Twitter's kind of slowed down right now for for crypto. I think we pretty much covered what we're going to cover. Polymarket shows rising odds of Trump nominating Musk as the Musk to cabinet. Telegram CEO Prevail responds to acquisitions after indictment. HBAR and Cardano join the DREC alliance as founding members. Nothing too much, guys. NFK, our beloved NFK, we're down 2% for today. Holy crap. I think tonight or tomorrow, guys, I think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to finally just go and buy a bag of call. Only because I have a bunch of Crow sitting in my DeFi wallet that I just want to, like, it's not doing anything, just sitting as Crow. So I just kind of want to just, like, throw it at something. And I think call would be the safest bet, right? I've been waiting for so long. Look who popped up, my boy Rawls. What's going on, brother? I ain't seen you in a minute. Rawls said, keep up the great work. Can't wait till you are a full-time YouTuber, bro. You and me both, man. And believe it or not, whenever we do go full-time, guys, I'm going to be here a lot during the day. Whenever you're bored, I'll just be sitting here like, you want to talk some crypto? I'll be here all day. And it's going to happen. Rawls, thank you so much, bro, for the £5, bro. I appreciate that, brother. I hope all is good. And if you need me, bro, I'm in the Discord. Appreciate that, bro. But yeah, like I was saying, definitely I think tonight or tomorrow, I'm thinking it's gonna be time. Watch, and don't start going in and buying. I'm watching the buys too. Don't come jumping in on call now trying to pump the damn price before I jump in. All right, take it easy. Let me buy in real quick. That's why I'm not saying when I'm gonna do it, or have I already done it. Rawls, thank you again, brother. I do appreciate that, man. Gina said, is Ordinals the only project with such a low supply other than Bitcoin? Gina, thank you for asking that again. The other day when you asked that in one of the videos, I think I was like driving, right? You notice I put an emoji sign. I read like the first like few sentences and I didn't even realize that there was a whole like 3 more sentences behind it. So I didn't see your question. Behind it. So that's why, my bad. I meant to respond to you again yesterday or whenever the hell. But so she's asking, because we were talking about Ordinals having such a small circulating supply. Gina said, is Ordinals the only project with such a low supply other than Bitcoin? Oh no, Gina, there's other projects that have very small supply. Let's see here, particularly like, we'll pull it up here, that I can think off the top of my head. There's like Yearn Finance, right? But look at the price, it's $4,000. But like this has a circulating supply of only 36,000, right? So there's probably hundreds of crypto projects that have relatively small circulating supplies, right? Now, one thing like I will point out, and this isn't a bad thing, but I'll point out is like max supply. If you can see here, max supply, you see how there's no data? Usually that means that it's mintable, right? And I told you, Solana, I've told you guys this, our NFK is mintable, right? Means that down the road, if we needed to, we could actually add to the max supply, right? We have no plans on ever doing that, right? But if we need to do that, we could, right? And that's the same thing for some of these projects like this. They could actually, there's not a set max supply of this Yearn Finance. Solana's the same way, right? Solana's mintable, meaning that Solana, if they ever needed to down the road, they could technically add to their circulating supply. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of projects that are all the same. Unfortunately, Dex Screener, and I understand why they do it, they'll put that disclaimer on there and say, hey, this project is mintable, because you guys know how DeFi is. 90% of the people that run these projects or start projects, they're usually piece of craps, so they use it maliciously, to deceive investors or whatever the case is. But being mintable is not necessarily a bad thing. So but yeah, so I mean, you could actually, I'm sure you can look it up. This is something we could actually go over during the members only stream on Sunday, as we can actually, I can do a little bit of research, and I can pull up, maybe like 10 top projects, in my opinion, that have very low circulating supply, just to bring to your attention, that we could check out. So yeah, Ricky, that is true. Dogecoin, what is that? Doge Killer, that is right. They have a very small circulating supply as well. They have 107,000. 107,000. Damn, look at that market cap. Ricky, look at that market cap. $27 million. It's freaking. Ricky, are we bullish or bearish on this? Yeah, Ordinals is not mintable. You are correct, Gina. You are correct. Are we bullish or bearish, Ricky, on Leash? You tell me. I'm out of my drink. Very bullish. All right. They only have bullish. They don't have very bullish, but I'm going to put bullish. This might be a project to keep our eyes on, guys. I always forget about this. and it is traded on crypto.com. So this project right here, you can see the price looks intimidating, right? $259.59 per, leash. That's expensive, but when you really think about it, there's only 100,000 in circulating supply, right? And the market cap is what's really intriguing. Only $27.6 million market cap. That's a freaking low market cap. Let's look at all-time high for market cap. It's been about $100 million. So this project might be like a little hidden gem right here. It definitely wouldn't take much for this thing to absolutely rip. I will tell you that. Hey, puppy. My dog's like, I gotta use the bathroom. All-time high, yeah, is at like price-wise is at 900 and what? About 915, 920. It looks like it's at like, is it? Let's pull the chart up. I hate looking at coin market cap with their charts. I only use it for like market caps and stuff like that. We've definitely brought this project up plenty of times. I actually did back in the day when it dropped. I actually did a couple of videos on this. See, look at that fib retracement. Proves my point. Look at that fib retracement all the way back there. Look at that fib retracement. So wait. Because look at this, dude. It's saying that leash was at 3,900. You gotta like with coin market cap and freaking trading view, it's like, can we just get like one not broad, but can we just get one like official chart? What I wanted to point out was that I wonder if this is a low, like an all-time low that we're at or near. All right, now let's zoom in real quick. Jay, I see your question, brother. We'll jump into that here in a second. All right, so it's not at its all-time low, but it's damn near it. It looks like all-time low is somewhere around 237, somewhere around there. So I mean, it's not far from it whatsoever. Definitely not far. Oops, sorry. Just kicked my puppy. Sorry. Jay said, Crip, what are your thoughts on Flare? Let's pull Flare up. We haven't pulled this up in a while. I'm going to be honest with Flare. I've always said this. You guys can see the fib retracement. Same thing as like Leash. It's been a while since I've looked at this project. I'm not too familiar with Flare, to be honest. But as far as charts, we can definitely pull those up. So Flare, market cap $670 million. It's down about 3% for today. Looking to see, so this looks like it's like a layer one. It's not like built on any ecosystem or anything like that. Like I said, I am unfamiliar with Flare. This is like one of the projects that I've always seen but never really even like dove in or looked at whatsoever. So as far as price, obviously you can see all-time high was at what, around 5.5 cents, 5.6 cents, and you can see since then it has obviously trickled down, making all-time highs this year at around March. So with that being said, if you're looking as far as price range for Flare, what I will point out is some support levels that we might have. Let me see here. So we have our fib retracement, but given that it's broke below the 786, I'm trying to make my own kind of support levels, and you can see basing it off of previous spots that we have bounced or hit our head on. I would say that the flare right now, obviously, if you're bullish, it's at that point where, just accumulating right now at around 1.5 cents is not bad. But if you can have patience, if this market does continue to come down, I would say somewhere around the 1.2 or below would probably be a decent spot that I would start activating like a buy zone for flare, right? You can see this thing has been beat down since its all-time high. So Ricky said you should try to own 100,000. This emoji's in the way. $100,000 of flare or 100,000 flare? But as far as like the project itself, bro, like I said, I don't want to speak unclear or anything like that. Like I don't know anything about the project as far as like, like fundamentals or anything like that. But I know it's a solid project, right? We know it's a solid project. It's been around, for a little while. But like I said, as far as price range, if you're not in it yet, not financial advice, keep your eye out on that 1.2 cent mark or below. I think that would be a pivotal spot. You can see, speaking historically, it's only briefly been under that spot, and obviously if you were to accumulate at that area, would probably be nothing but a good thing if you have patience. So, and Ricky's telling you, not me, Ricky's giving you financial advice, telling you that you should at least at the very minimum have 100,000 flare. At the very minimum, 100,000 flare. That's it. That's all he's gonna take. You should have 100,000. But I'm sure Ricky's really thinking you should probably have somewhere around 1 million, right? Right, Ricky? Probably have like 1 million, right? How much? So 1 cent. How much would 100,000 be for at 1 cent? It'd be a few $1,000s, I would imagine, right? Couple of things that's off script for crypto. A couple of things I'm noticing. You guys notice gas is going down. Look at this. Gas per barrel has gone down to $69. This thing is dropping. At all-time highs, gas was at like 110. So gas has come down considerably at around the $69, 69 plus dollars a barrel. The DXY is down slightly today. The stock market, Dow Jones is down. It closed at least in the red, and the SPX closed briefly or slightly in the red, but the Nasdaq's up. The VIX is down, obviously, because the markets were not doing bad today, right? The stock market wasn't doing terrible, so the VIX is basically just off of volatility of the stock market. It's pretty much what it is. So stock market does good, the VIX goes down. Stock market does bad, the VIX will start doing good. Kind of like an inverse almost. Silver and gold. Gold closed close to let's pull up the gold. I'm not a big gold person whatsoever, but look at gold's chart. I just don't like, with me, I guess you can understand like trading gold. I always like, well, if you buy gold, you're not really holding on to gold, but I guess it's just like Bitcoin, right? You're buying in, you're trading on the price, particularly. Even though Bitcoin, you buy Bitcoin, you have it, right? Gold, you're really just trading a paper trade off of the price. But you guys can see this is in the last freaking 30, 40 years for gold. Gold has technically done pretty well as far as moving up. It is making all-time highs, or is hovering around all-time highs for right now for gold. So someone today was telling me, oh, you should put all your money in gold. I'm like, bro, why? That's like, why would you tell somebody that, right? When gold's at all-time highs right now. I know that a lot of people are anticipating, recession, gold does good, right? Okay, but it's just like buying, it's like Bitcoin being at 75K right now, and you're like, bro, you should buy Bitcoin. I know there's like two sides of the argument, right? Like, obviously Bitcoin, yes, we love Bitcoin, right? But my argument is you're telling somebody to buy something at all-time highs, right? Like, that's my argument, right? Instead of telling people to buy Bitcoin when it's at 15K, right? You're telling them to buy Bitcoin at all-time highs at 75. And for this right here, gold. Literally, someone texted me. It was like, bro, you should buy, just move everything over to gold. And I'm like, I sent him like a laughing emoji, like someone spitting out their drink. I'm like, bro, why the hell would I want to buy an asset that's at all-time highs right now? It makes no sense to me. I don't care if, gold does, good for the next month. Gold doesn't move fast, right? It doesn't move fast at all. I understand why people buy into gold, for the most part, especially if they see a dip, they buy in, like certain periods of time gold has dipped. And I could see, if you're pro gold, I'd see why you jump in on it, because it slowly but surely moves towards the upside, right? But very slowly, right? Very slowly. And you know what? If we actually, so we look back, this is back in 2000. I'm gonna weigh it out. So from 2000 to where it's at right now, look at this. Gold is up 900%. I'm basing it off of 99 2000 low right here, right? It's up 900%. Okay. That's good. That is good. You guys know what I'm about to do, right? I gotta pull out a better chart though. 900%. All right. That's good. What do you guys think Bitcoin's up? Right? What do you think Bitcoin's at? We can't even go back to 2000, but we'll go back. We'll just briefly grab from around this bottom. What do you think Bitcoin's at in the last 15 years? Let's look. No. Are you guys seeing this? This ain't right? This can't be true. Are you seeing that? Bitcoin's up 100,000% from its bottoms. Obviously, all-time lows when it first came out, but it's up 100,000. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the high. Let me backtrack. I'm sorry. I'm gaslighting you guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. All right. So sorry. This makes it a little bit easier. From where we're currently at, we're up 23,000%, guys. 23,000%. 23,000. That's why when people are sitting there arguing with you, usually it's people that are like, old school stuff like that. When they're arguing, oh, gold. Well, yeah, gold has done really well. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that gold hasn't, or argue with you trying to put this argument that gold isn't doing good, because gold has done really well, right? It's up 900%, right? But Bitcoin's up 23,000%. 23,000. That means Bitcoin's outperformed gold in the last 10, 15 years by almost 24x. It's outperformed gold, right? And that's not even us at all-time highs. Gold's at all-time highs. That's why when someone told me that today, I was just like, I respectfully was like, bro, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't like to, I definitely don't, everybody's got their own, investments and stuff like that. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, laughing in someone's face. But I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. But I did send them that emoji of me laughing. Or not me laughing, but somebody else laughing. And I was like, nah, I'm all right. Ricky said, if you want to never work again, I can give you a 200x coin. Troy said a 200 times coin is NFK. Laugh out loud. And Ricky said, why are you undershooting? Ricky said, I sold all my Bitcoin. I'm all in on alts. Okay. I hear you, bro. Don't tell any Bitcoin maxis that, because they will ring your ass, bro. If you tell any maxis that. Troy said, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to put 200. I meant to put 2,000x potential on NFK, no FUD koala. Troy is talking about no FUD koala that's trading on Solana. Hidden gem. I don't know. They say 2,000x. I say at least 100x. I think if we get to either one, or maybe we can kind of agree in the middle somewhere, I think it'll be great for everybody, right? So we'll see how it plays out. But with that being said, guys, Bitcoin right now, let's just zoom in on what we got going on. So right now, Bitcoin right now sitting at around $56,000 right now, guys. So if we are going to see somewhat of a downward move for tonight, remember tomorrow we have the job reports coming out, unemployment, and how many jobs were created as of last month. I'm thinking that with anticipation, unless something kind of gets released that we're maybe going to be matching the numbers that they're forecast, as far as the unemployment rate coming down to 4.2%. If that something comes out maybe and that we don't know, investors, maybe you might see us start moving towards the upside. But if nothing like that drops and everybody's basically like uncertain on what the numbers are going to be until they drop tomorrow, we're most likely going to see some downward movement for the market up until tomorrow morning around 8:30 a.m. So keep an eye out on it. We might see a dip tonight. If we do, take advantage of it. Not financial advice. Other than that, tomorrow we will be streaming at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, guys. So make sure you guys are prepared and ready. And that's pretty much it. I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. All right, guys? I appreciate you guys coming. Rawls, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys have a great night. Tomorrow is Friday, guys. So enjoy your night tonight. Like I said, we will be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. All right, guys? So have a great night. Thank you guys for being here. I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. All right, guys?